you'll be able to incorporate the WIDA Can Do descriptors into your content area or your grade level, and you'll be able to create a lesson plan using the WIDA standards. A little facts about us. Our program at NACS consists of the following people. Currently, myself, Barb Kiplinger, the EL Curriculum Coordinator, Ashley Cass, our English teacher and ENL teacher at the high school, grades 9 through 12. Kayla Timmons at Carroll Middle School. She teaches grades 6 through 8. Anna Lake, who teaches in 2 different buildings at Huntertown Elementary School, grades K through 5, and at Maple Creek Middle School, grades 6 through 12. We have ESL and ELL assistants in place, K through 12. 100% of our teachers are trained on WIDA. Our EL teachers, Ashley Cass, Kayla Timmons, and Anna Lake, teach English at the language level of their students. They also can help you with lesson design, test design, and accommodations. I'm also available for consulting as well. In all 10 buildings, we have paraprofessionals, K through 12, and in the elementary program, our paraprofessionals push in to the classroom with the students. If directed by the classroom teacher, they can pull out with the student and work one-on-one with them. In our secondary buildings, we do the same thing. We push in with the EL students into the classroom, and then the paraprofessionals at the middle school level also have a study hall in which the students can access as well. At the high school, our paraprofessional is in the EL study hall all day. We have a growing population of students in our district. Currently, our population represents about 28 countries, over 31 languages. And in general, our top 3 languages are Zo, which is a dialect of Burmese, Vietnamese, and Mandarin. The importance of these languages and to understand the different types of languages that are spoken in our district is important to you as a classroom teacher, because you want to know about language distance between English and their first spoken language. Asian languages are the furthest from the English language, meaning that the Asian languages are tonal. They don't have endings like ed, ing, or with plurals, there isn't the S sound. In addition, quite often we trail off at the end of sentences. Our Asian language speakers are naturally a little bit more quiet than American English speakers. So just knowing those few differences will help you as you have ELs in your classroom. Here are the languages currently in our district. As you can see, we're from all around the world. We have 31 different languages and different dialects, and sometimes, for example, someone who's speaking Igbo, for example, might be the only student in our corporation that speaks that language. And that's why we teach English, building their English language, because we know that's how they're going to be successful in school and in your classroom and on our standardized tests. Why WIDA? Well, the IDOE has chosen the WIDA, which stands for World Class Instructional Design and Assessment, because it's standards-based, it's data-driven, and they have a testing platform called DRC, which takes care of all the WIDA Access placement tests and annual performance tests for our English language learners. Here are the WIDA Can Do descriptors. This is for educators who work with language learners, including coaches, our teachers, language specialists, and support staff. Everyone should know what level our English language learners are. We work within the levels 1 through 4.9. That means those students that have been screened on our tested with that WIDA placement test have a score ranking of where their language is. And it could be like a 3.2, And so then with the WIDA Can Do Descriptor, you will need to look for the level of language and what they can do and what that means in speaking, reading, writing, and listening. The Can Do Descriptors are delivered in grade bands K through 12 and are broken into 4 domains of speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And they're broken down in different grade bands like pre-K, K. Now you're going to watch a video of 2 of our high school teachers in a Center for Applied Linguistics activity. The first person that you're going to see will have no restrictions as a language learner and will be able to describe their childhood home. In the second part of the video, you're going to see this particular teacher have restrictions, and you can see the restrictions on the screen. They cannot use the letters L, S, T, N, or the words child, young, home, or house. We're going to do an activity here to describe your home, and you're going to be a fluent English speaker, and in the next slide we're going to have someone become a LEP student, limited English proficient student. So Amber, you can go ahead and start.
I grew up in our family home. We lived just outside of Huntertown, so just a couple miles north of the high school. It was on our family farm, so it was just a big white farmhouse with a big white barn with an American flag. We actually had a couple barns. One barn had like the tractors, one barn had the pigs. And then I lived with my dad and my mom, my brother, and my 2 sisters. I shared a room with my 2 sisters, and our room changed colors multiple times. So we had a purple room, a green room, a yellow room, and then a tan room. We had lots of flowers outside of our house. We had a kitchen and a living room and bedrooms, pretty basic house, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, okay. I grew up this is hard, with a mom and girl. I'm gonna cheat. And another girl with a boy. Oh my. In a place. This is hard. Yep. I'm like sweating.
It was like nerve-wracking.
So how did you feel doing that exercise?
Horrible. It was hard
What made it so difficult?
that I couldn't say words that I know how to say.
Mm-hmm. And we gave no limitations to Amber, but we gave you lots of limitations to make you a limited English proficient student. So when you think about your content area now, your math that you guys teach, how would you communicate with that student?
Try to relate it to words that they understand, pictures that they understand.
Yeah, pictures and gestures.
Walking into your classroom, and that's all they can do. The part where you're talking about pictures and gestures and putting all the other pieces, simplifying language on a test, all of those pieces are what we need to do because they just do not have the ability yet. The key is yet. They'll get more language, and you guys have worked with enough ELs that you know that they gather more language. So yeah, that was awesome, you guys. Good job. So what do you do when you have an EL student in your class? Well, first of all, you'll be given an individualized learning plan, an ILP. You'll need to identify the student's language level, read the second page for the accommodations for that student, and then pull up your Can Do descriptors for your grade band. Choose the grade level and start planning a lesson with that language level in mind. As you prepare that lesson, I want you to think about, based on the language demands of the lesson, my students' needs, and the larger goals, what do I want my students to be able to do at the end of the lessons? Reflect on these two questions. How is the content standard being demonstrated within each proficiency level? And how is the rigor maintained with each proficiency level? We need to start with your content area standard first, then the WIDA standards, the Can Do descriptors, and be able to scaffold our lesson so that it meets that EL's needs. The assignment that you're going to have for this particular video is for you to use a lesson plan and the Can Do descriptors and make an accommodation that you would feel that would be appropriate for your EL to access the content in your classroom. If you don't have an EL in your classroom currently, you can develop a lesson plan for a level 3 or 4 student. Quite often, that's the level of student that we see in our corporation, a level 3 or a level 4 student. We will provide a lesson plan template, the WIDA Can Do descriptors for your grade level, and you have your content area standards. We've also provided today some resources that may also help you. There are some videos online of different types of classrooms working with vocabulary. Perhaps it's a math class with ELs and a teacher who are using the WIDA Can Do descriptors in their classroom. You can watch some videos there. That's at wida.us. You do not need a password to get in. You just type in wida.us and you'll be able to go to the resource library and find those resources. Coloring Colorado is another online website that you can find articles about ELs, information about ELs, suggestions of activities for ELs as well. And then finally, you can contact our EL teachers in the secondary buildings. They're happy to help you to make those accommodations. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing your lesson plans and working with you.